The NOKAS Heist on April 5, 2004 wasn't just a robbery, it was an assault on the Norwegian city of Stavanger. The heavily armed perpetrators escaped with nearly 57 million Norwegian kroner, leaving behind a scene of chaos and the tragic death of police officer Arne Sigve Klungland. What followed was one of the largest and most complex criminal investigations in Norwegian history. This is the story of the aftermath. In the immediate hours following the heist, a state of emergency was declared. The city was locked down, roads were blocked, ferries were halted, and airports were placed on high alert. The getaway cars, a fleet of stolen vehicles, were found burned in the Sormarka area just outside Stavanger, a tactic designed to destroy forensic evidence. The criminals had made mistakes. The sheer scale of their operation, involving at least 11 men on site, created a vast trail of evidence. The manhunt, codenamed Operation Gingonger, meaning ghost or apparition, began. The first major breakthrough came from the public. Witnesses had seen the robbers without their masks, both before and after the heist. Composite sketches were created and circulated nationwide. Police also began to piece together the robbers' preparations. They discovered a rented apartment in Stavanger that had served as the gang's base of operations. Inside, they found a treasure trove of evidence: DNA from cigarette butts, food containers, and personal items. This forensic evidence was crucial. The DNA samples were cross-referenced with national databases, and slowly, the identities of the suspects began to emerge. Many of them were known to law enforcement, belonging to a network of career criminals. The name David Toska soon surfaced. A notorious criminal mastermind from Oslo, Toska was suspected of orchestrating several major robberies. His DNA was found at the scene, tying him directly to the crime. The first arrests began within weeks. Kjell Alrik Schumann, the man who fired the fatal shot that killed Officer Klungland, was identified through DNA left on a towel. He was apprehended in Stavanger. His other members were picked up across the country. But the alleged ringleader, David Toska, remained at large. He had vanished. For an entire year, he was Norway's most wanted man. The international search finally ended on April 5, 2005, exactly 1 year after the heist, when Spanish police arrested him in Malaga, Spain. The subsequent legal proceedings were monumental. The trial began in Stavanger in September 2005. The courtroom was a fortress with unprecedented security measures. 13 men were charged. The prosecution presented an overwhelming amount of evidence: DNA, phone records, witness testimonies, and surveillance footage of the gang's preparations. The defense argued that while their clients might be criminals, there was insufficient evidence to prove their involvement in this specific heist. In March 2006, the verdicts came in. All 13 defendants were found guilty of aggravated robbery. Kjell Alrik Schumann was also convicted of murder and sentenced to 16 years of preventative detention, a special Norwegian sentence for dangerous offenders. David Toska, the mastermind, received a 19-year prison sentence. The other members received sentences ranging from 4 to 16 years. The case went through several rounds of appeals, with some sentences being adjusted, but the core convictions held. But what about the money? Of the nearly 57 million kroner stolen, only a fraction, around 6 million, has ever been officially recovered. The fate of the rest remains one of Norway's great modern mysteries. Theories abound. Some believe it was laundered through complex international transactions. Others suggest it was used to pay off debts within the criminal underworld, or perhaps it's still hidden, buried somewhere, waiting to be found. The missing millions add a layer of enduring intrigue to the case. The NOKAS Heist was a watershed moment for security in Norway. Before 2004, such a brazen paramilitary-style attack was unthinkable. The incident exposed significant vulnerabilities in the security surrounding cash-in-transit services and the police's ability to respond to heavily armed criminals. In response, Norway implemented sweeping changes. Police protocols were completely overhauled. Officers received better training, improved weaponry, and more armored vehicles to handle high-threat situations. Communication systems between different police districts were upgraded to ensure a more coordinated response. The private security industry also underwent a revolution. Cash depots like NOKAS were fortified, turning them into virtual fortresses. Procedures for transporting cash were made far more secure, with unpredictable routes and enhanced vehicle protection. The era of relatively low-security cash handling in Norway was over. The NOKAS Heist left a permanent scar on the nation. It was a brutal wake-up call that shattered a sense of innocence. A police officer was killed in the line of duty, a rare and shocking event in Norway. The city of Stavanger was traumatized. Yet the aftermath also showcased the resilience and capability of the Norwegian legal system and law enforcement. Through meticulous police work, international cooperation, and a determined judicial process, the perpetrators were brought to justice. The case serves as a powerful reminder of the constant balance between public safety and the threats posed by organized crime. It demonstrates that even in one of the safest countries in the world, vigilance and preparedness are paramount. The legacy of the NOKAS Heist is not just one of crime and punishment, but also one of learning and adaptation, shaping the very fabric of Norwegian security for decades to come. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the aftermath of the NOKAS Heist. The dedication of law enforcement ensures that those who threaten our safety are held accountable. If you found this documentary informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about justice and history. Stay curious and stay safe.